Alright, so we got a project structure set up, and now let's continue. So to start off, go into your themes and just add all these things to it, because I handpicked these colors. It took me like trial and error, but I think these are good for dark theme. So we're gonna use elevation to make it seem like some things are on top of others, and we want our color of our text to be this, and primary color for buttons to be this, and then when it's hovering we want it to be this. And we want to give box shadows to a lot of things, so we're gonna stick it in the theme instead of having to type this over and over. And I had to like refine these like colors and the amount of pixels, so that's why I didn't do it on camera. But then just go to fonts.google.com and search up Montserrat and get the 400 one and the 500 one, and then search up Pacifico and get this one, because we're gonna use it for like one of the headers to be in cursive. So then copy the link tags and just stick them in the HTML, and you can change the title to anything you want. I put social media app. Alright, so we got our theme set up, and let's get started. So we want to make a component. Let's call it signup.jsx, and I have an extension called ES7 React snippets, and that's how I just did this like thing real quick. So let's make this a styled component. We're gonna import styled, and we're gonna make it a sign up variable is equal to styled dot div. We're gonna export default sign up. I'm gonna import that. So in this div, we want to also make sure that your app has this style. It's at least the height of the viewport. Let me actually run this React app so we can see it changing. So make sure that the div has this attached to it, so it's at least the height of the viewport, right? And then go in here and let's make this height viewport height, and the width 100% of our div. And inside of this div we're gonna have a form, and this form is gonna have a div which is gonna have an h1 and a subtitle tag, and the h1 will be social media app. And in this sub you can put whatever you want, like created by your name. I'm just gonna put created by Lister for YouTube vid. Alright, and in the form we're gonna have a div that has, it's just kind of like serves like a header, and we're gonna have a button, but we want it to be styled, so let's make it styled. So And since we imported font awesome, we can do an I tag and give it a class name of FA brands, FA Google, and I think that's gonna work. Oh yeah, let's stick our sign up component in our app. It's not working. Alright. Did we import font awesome? I don't think we did. No. So yeah, let's make sure we import font awesome. So we could use their icons. There it is. Cool. So let's center this div because this is like our styled app. This is our styled sign up, and this is our form. So let's center the form. So we're gonna make it display flex and align it vertically and horizontally with justified content and align items. There we go. And we want to give this, we want to look at, so this uses SAS syntax, so that's another feature of style components. So we can say get this element and every direct child that is a form and mess with it. So let's make it, let's get the background color to be elevation 1. So let's destructure the props to access the theme. Let's go theme.elevation1. Perfect. Let's give it a border radius of 5 pixels. Cool. And let's give it a height of 400 pixels. And let's make it a responsive width. So a width of 90%, but then a max width of 500 pixels. And so it's 90%, but once it gets to 500 pixels, it doesn't grow anymore. So it's like kind of responsive. And let's make this a display of flex. And let's justify content to the center. Let's make it a flex direction of column. And let's spread these things out. So align items, space, evenly. Sorry. Okay. So they're not spaced out. I don't know why. Oh, is it the other way around? Because it's a column, so justified content would be space evenly, and this would be center. Cool, yeah, because it changes the axis when it's a column. Nice. Let's stick a horizontal break in between them. That's weird. It's probably because the align item is center. Well, we don't need that. It's all good. Alright, so let's change the font of the header. Font family Pacifico. Nice. And as a backup, cursive. And let's make the font of the whole document Montserrat. So let's go to our global styles. And let's go here. Montserrat. Yeah, it works. Yeah, so we're pretty much almost done with this thing. Let's add a box shadow to it. And let's destructure the props. And theme.shadow. It has that nice little shadow. It just makes it look nice. And let's get this button styled. So any direct child of the form, want the background color to be whatever specified in the theme dot primary color. I think that's how I spelled it. No, just primary. Cool. Not sure why the color is black. Maybe because it's just a button. Probably that. Alright. Appearance to none. And in case you're on Mozilla, this just takes off all the default styles that browsers like to put on buttons, which I don't like. I like to do it myself. Crap, I didn't mean to press that. Alright, this seems to be working. Let's add some padding to it and change its font size too. It's really small. I'm not even sure you guys can read it. Nice. So let's add vertical and horizontal padding, just like that. And we also want this to have a border radius of 3 pixels. Perfect. And the button, let's make it a display of flex. And then justified content space around. Space between, I meant. Yeah, let's make this a paragraph. Okay. Then let's not do padding. Let's do width and height. So give it a width of 90% of the container and a max width of 300 pixels. Maybe that might be too long. And a height of 20%. Let's see. Oh, way too big. That looks good. Let's increase the font size to it, and the width, max width can be 300, and the height can be 15%. So this is how it looks on phones. Now let's just center it. Nice. All right. It's looking a lot better. And it's responsive too. We want to align that text. Yeah, it's a lot better. Cool. So we got that down. I think it's a little too long. Yeah, I mean, it's like this on watches. It can't get smaller than this. So we're good. Now let's add some hover effects to it. Basic hover effects though, nothing crazy. And we're just gonna copy this. And it's gonna be primary hover. I think I called it that. Yeah, I did. Alright, that works perfect for me. And our text is too white. Let's fix that. Instead of being color white, let's go into the theme. And access the text property. That looks a lot better on the eyes. Oh, I think I have to refresh. Yeah, it's a slight difference, but you know, it's not pure white. Okay, so we got the sign-in page done. Now let's go into React and make it so it doesn't refresh when we click this. Oh. Okay, I did everything inside of the styled sign up component. I should have just done it in here. It's more like organized. And yeah, everything's working good. So let's go here. And let's say on submit. And we want to do e.prevent default. So basically we're just making a Lambda function that takes in an event parameter and calls e.prevent default. So you just do that, and then still refreshing, huh? Oh, the onSubmit goes on the form. My bad. Yeah, so it's not refreshing anymore when we click it. Let's add a little like something that tells the user, okay, you click this button. It's kind of boring when you click it right now, so let's go in here and do, when it's active, we want to transform scale 0.98, and also when it's on focus or it's on hover, because some browsers like to mess with buttons when they're on focus or on hover. We want it to have no appearance, and I think that's it. Yeah. Oh yeah, no border, no outline. See, that's nice. If we go here, we see that there's no border, there's just some padding around it, and that's it. Alright, so that's the sign-in page, and next episode we're gonna get started with the user context, so how we're gonna store the user information. I know that this was a lot because CSS takes a while, so I just want to end the episode here, and next episode we'll get started with like storing the user data, and we'll see where we go from there. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.